Oh, welcome to another episode of Mundelein Minute. My name is Eric Schwenk. I'm a trustee in the village of Mundelein,
Starring in the Schwenk Show.
starring in the Schwenk Show. And who are you?
I don't know. I'm Kara. I'm also a trustee in the village of Mundelein.
So right before I started the intro, we were talking about the Schwenk Show because that's all this podcast is going to be because Kara wasn't at the last board meeting.
I didn't feel good.
She didn't feel good, and I
It's
appreciate
only
you.
my second board meeting I've ever missed.
Yeah, I appreciate you not coming and getting other people sick. So, you know, one of those.
Or being so unhappy and miserable that I just like raged the whole board meeting at people.
Right. Yeah, that not welcome. Thank you. So no, I totally get it. You know, I was thinking about this last week was, we have basically 25 board meetings a year. We always cancel one around Christmas. So
Okay.
our term is about 100 board meetings, and you've missed two now.
This is my second, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good.
And I had a baby in there.
Yeah, you had a baby.
Didn't even miss a board meeting postpartum, man.
Right. I mean,
That's because they were virtual.
we've had virtual meetings with Zoom.
Yeah.
Did we do Zoom?
No,
I mean,
we did. We did like
phone call
Yeah,
stuff.
it wasn't picture because
Right.
I took the board meetings in my garage.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it was
yeah.
good. So
I did it in a kid's bedroom
good thing
upstairs.
it wasn't on Zoom because it's just
Yeah.
in my garage. So, anyways,
Anyways,
so the Schwenk Show's gonna go on.
welcome to the Schwenk Show. Oh my gosh, it's the worst title ever.
I love it.
And this is the Schwenk basement and the Schwenk cameras and the Schwenk microphones, and there's no taxpayer dollars in the creation or distribution of this Schwenk Show.
I can't.
Yeah, I'm done with that. All right, so let's talk about the board meeting. We did the whole call to order and attendance, and you weren't there, and Trustee Cabachuela was not there either.
Yeah.
I think she was sick as well. And then,
Was she really?
yeah,
That's annoying.
yeah. I don't know who's calling me, but
Eric's phone's
Stop-
ringing. The
stop
whole
calling
couch
me.
is vibrating right
yeah,
now.
it's kind of crazy. Huh? So we did the approval of minutes, public commentary, and there was none.
Oh.
I'm thinking back. I don't have my actual
But you had a
notes.
packed house because the
We had-
firefighters got recognized.
It was a
which is
very
probably
packed house. Yeah.
amazing to see. So.
So no public commentary. We got a report from Community Days, and the major takeaways: alcohol sales were tremendously up. We
Really?
sold more alcohol in 3 days than we normally sell in 4 days, and
Makes me a little nervous.
there was lots of praise for the staff, not just police, but public works and
Yeah.
everybody that worked together to close down Community Days at the last minute. Due to the shooting in Highland Park, and then also they talked about how we had the fireworks celebration, and how we invited some of those vendors back, and that we had more Mundelein restaurants than ever before, and that 6 out of the 14 came back for the second go around of
Oh,
Community
that's
Days.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it worked out, but it was a good report there. There was no public hearings. Into the mayor's report was the fire department recognition. This one was pretty amazing. So we got some good press out of it.
Yeah, it was on ABC News.
ABC News
yeah.
was there, and the short version of it is there was a house fire in unincorporated Mundelein, and Countryside responded, and so did Mundelein. And 3 of our firefighters, whoever it is really wanting-
Really needs to get a hold of
really
the
needs to get
Schwenk.
old. I'm busy right now. The Schwenk Show has to go on. So 3 of the firefighters were recognized for saving 2 people that were trapped in a burning
Crazy.
house.
Crazy.
And the absolutely amazing part of it was being able to watch it on body cam footage and footage from the
Oh.
police car, and then there was an officer that responded that had the footage as well.
Whoa, that is crazy. It's probably good that I wasn't there. I would have just sobbed. I would
Yeah.
have just cried the whole time.
I actually spoke on it. One of my biggest takeaways from the evening, or from watching it, was there was not a ton of emotion and communication. And I say that meaning everybody did their jobs exactly the way they
Right.
have trained.
No hesitation, just did it.
They just did it. It wasn't like, oh, what do we do? What do we do?
Yeah.
Like not that you would expect your fire department to do that, but
They
to
are also
see it-
people still. Like
right.
Yeah.
But to see it in action and watch this happen, it was really amazing.
Yeah, I would have cried for sure.
Yeah. So kudos to those three. All right. National Rail Safety Week. There was a mayoral proclamation. We extended the Tonality Brewing Company. Which one is this? This is the RDA, basically, right? Like
Yeah,
the purchase and sale agreement.
Yes.
For village-owned property. So we continued that for another month. They're getting to their closing date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is all just like bank paperwork rigmarole kind of.
Don't I know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
As a realtor.
As a realtor, don't I know?
Yeah.
So water billing update. The water billing system went live.
Yep.
They were doing some sandboxing when you're testing stuff behind the scenes.
Sandboxing? I've never heard that term.
Never heard that?
Nope.
So before you roll out software, you test it in a sandbox. You play with your toys in the sandbox before you take it live.
Got it.
And they were doing some sandboxing to roll it out. And it is now live. After the meeting, there was another day or two before it went live.
It went
and
live
I
last week, I think.
got my water bill.
Oh,
Yeah. So it works. So
There you
now I
go.
get to go online and pay it and try the new system,
that's cool.
which I'm not looking forward to paying the bill, but I'm also, happy that we have a new system in place.
All right.
Yeah. In trustee reports, there was a big application. We always call it the big grant. And
Sometimes it's not big.
well, that would be the business incentive grant.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. So it's a big application
Oh, gotcha.
for the business incentive grant.
That makes sense.
And this one is a not to exceed 50,000. So it
It's
is
big.
big.
But
There is a lot of work going into this building. And as was mentioned during the meeting, this building has sat vacant for like
my mom and I were talking
20
about
years.
this, and we've lived out here for 21 years or something. I don't know, 22. I don't know, since 99, whatever that is. 23 years. And we can't remember if it was ever filled when we lived out here.
right.
So,
Yeah,
like, a long time.
I think it was Trustee Russell said something and asked Pete, the building commissioner, about that, and Pete said, "Yeah, every minute of it, like
Yeah.
it has been unoccupied." So
Yeah.
now this is going to be a 11,000 square foot showroom for Barn XO.
By the way, such a much better location than what they have now.
Yes,
Because no one knows that place exists, and that place is sweet.
yes, they make some beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Barn XO makes beautiful furniture out of reclaimed woods.
Yes.
And it's gorgeous.
It is cool stuff.
Yeah.
It is really cool stuff. So,
Yeah. So now they're going to have a manufacturing and shipping area, as well as a space to take photographs for their website to sell items, and then
Yeah.
a showroom as well. And so we are doing 50,000 towards that, and it is a lot more than a matching funds.
Oh, yeah.
They are spending way more than 50,000.
yeah. I'm sure that building was in rough shape.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the special use permit and variation for Autoland Group. So we talked about this in the last podcast for the 45 north of 176. That
And this was like probably a good example of the neighborhood and the business working together, right? Because the neighborhood's
Absolutely.
getting trees, they're getting fences redone.
Mhm.
So hopefully everyone left the situation happy.
So the Towns of Oak Creek, this is the Menards place. We are setting up a special service area. Let me say a dormant special service area. So this is going to be has a fancy name of Special Service Area number 5, and it will lay dormant, and we have to go through this entire process to create this dormant SSA that just sits there to be activated in case the HOA fails, that
Yeah.
the village will have some mechanism to recuperate some of the costs that are necessary to maintain the infrastructure or their HOA assets. So Public Works, it was a $40,000 motion for Gowalt Hamilton for inspection of public subdivision improvements. So that passed, and then on to Finance Committee was 1.2 million for our general payment of bills. So a little bit higher than normal,
yeah,
but nothing outside of
the
nothing.
range, I guess.
Yeah,
of
the
normal.
range of
Yeah.
normal. Yeah. Nothing for Public Safety or Building Committee.
Coffee with a Cop is this Friday,
Coffee with a Cop is this Friday.
just so you know.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
can't
trying to
remember where it is. We're going to put it right here. I can't remember where it is, and I don't have my phone.
All right, so we'll have to get that, and we'll put it on the screen there. Under public safety, I think Chief Lark said there was 60 units of blood collected at the last
Is that good?
blood drive. That's pretty standard. It's a normal amount.
Okay.
Yeah. So nothing for building, transportation, infrastructure didn't have anything.
Were you quick at this meeting?
It was pretty quick. I mean, of course, the recognition of the fire department
that's
took a little
important,
bit longer. Yeah,
important
it was
stuff.
definitely worthy.
Yeah.
And then there was some items on the omnibus vote list. So this is a purchase order for $420,000 for the Below homestead property. So there's a sales tax rebate associated with the RDA, with the annexation agreement, and we are paying that for $420,000, and then $25,000 for ARPA sharing to Fremont Public Library, which they are using for some work pods.
Some renovations inside, right? Yeah.
Some renovations inside, and they're making some like individual workspaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then $50,000 for the initial contribution to the IGA, the Intergovernmental Agreement for Lake County Public Safety answering points for the 911 fund.
Right.
And that was it. There was no reports, no executive session. I think we were done right around 8 o'clock. It was a pretty quick meeting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll be back next week.
Is it next week already?
Yeah, because we're off a week because I was...
We're off a week. You were busy. I was busy. And,
life. Yeah. It's hard to manage when you have kids to manage life with. And, like, now that Theo's in school and I have
jobs.
to, like, pick up and, like, yeah. And like,
kids, jobs. Yeah. Housing projects.
Life.
Yeah.
Life. It's fine. So we'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week. We'll see you then.
Maybe we should do a special episode on IML. We did last time.
Did we?
Coming soon, maybe.
Another one where I talk?
To a podcast near you. The Schwenk Show.
Oh, stop it. All right, I'm going to turn off this camera. This has to end. Please make it end.
You can edit that part out if you don't want to do another Schwenk Show episode.
No. Just stop the camera.
Where's the button? The red button. It's like Kiki on the phone with my mom.